Welcome to our special night team call Monday instead of Tuesday because we're so freaking excited to have Kelsey Tucker with us this evening. But before we get to that point, we are going to go through recognition. So Natalie is going to take care of that for us if she can figure out how to share her screen.
That is a good, yeah, I did not even freaking look at it. Great. Any ideas?
There's a green button at the bottom, like where you do your chat, where it says share.
Share. Okay. Let's see if I can. Apologies, guys. Okay, can you see everything? Yes, no, maybe, I don't know. Okay. All right, so we're starting team call. Today's the 24th. It's Monday. We have new coaches: Barbara Parker, Hannah Moylan, Jerry Joe Parker, Valerie Blankenship, Janelle Protz, Sarah Boots. I apologize if I'm not saying that right. Carla Littlkin, Colleen Neiman, Nicholas Willard, Katie Wade. I do not pretend to know how to spell or say everyone's names. Apologies. So our Success Club rock stars. Kyra has got 14 right now. Kenzie's kicking booty with 12. Christina and Hannah are both kicking booty with 8. And we've got a couple girls with Success Club 6. We've got lots of girls with 4 and 2 on the board, which is amazing. I got an extra girl in here. Sorry, hang on. Okay, and what to know for February, since the month is almost over. We got bags for kids, the Be the Good donations for February. That is coming up. We will have to get everything over to Deidre so that she can go get everything to Alexa so that they're good to go. Team Summer Party is coming up March 7th. If you have not RSVP'd to Stacy, I think her deadline is Friday, if I'm not mistaken. For Beachbody, final push for Success Club this month is this week, so push hard. Definitely listen to National Wake Up Call because I heard some good things. I have not listened to it because today's been kind of crazy, but I'm going to do that yet this evening, hopefully. You can earn your 10 rounds shirt. I'm not entirely sure how because I haven't listened to it yet. So the Surprise Summit sale, Mardi Gras sale, tickets are on sale for $170 since we're going to be in New Orleans, and they are good. The sale's going on until February 29th. And coming soon, I'm excited for Mixed Berry Energize coming in May.
Mommy, who are you talking to?
I am being recorded. And next is Kelsey. She is going to talk about leading from the get-go. And I apologize if you guys can hear and see all of the things because I had my screen kind of weird. So I'm going to, let's see, how do I unshare? Oh, right there. Sorry.
So if you guys don't know Kelsey is a badass boss babe, and she is probably the sweetest freaking girl you will ever talk to. I got to meet Kelsey more like in person in Tennessee, and she is just like literally like the sweetest, most welcoming spirit that you can come across. She is killing the freaking game every freaking day. If you don't follow her on Facebook or Instagram, go do that because she'll just brighten your day every single day that she posts. She is a full-time pharmacist, and she also rocks her freaking business. So she's gonna come in here, talk to us about how she leads from the get-go because she is a newer coach, friends, and she is going for it. She's showing up for her dreams and she's doing the damn thing and she's not making excuses along the way. So Kelsey, take it away. Let us know all the things.
Thank you, Amy. So first off, I am a words of affirmation person. So like my heart is just like, oh, I feel loved right now. So thank you so much. I did go down to part-time as a pharmacist with my new job change. So I am still part-time hours. Yeah, thank gosh. But I am doing the business part-time too. So it's not a full-time thing. Hopefully one day it will be. But I want to talk to you guys tonight about leading because as like the firstborn child, I am the leader type, but I'm also introverted. So I'm like, well, actually, I just want to lead behind the scenes. Like, I want to tell you what to do, but I don't want anyone to know I told you what to do, like, if that even makes sense. But like when I first came into this business, I was like, I can't even lead, like, I can't lead myself. I can't do the things myself. How am I supposed to lead a team? And I just never felt like a leader. And it made me realize, like, okay, once I have one person under me, that means I'm a leader. And I was going to ask you guys, like, who thinks you're a leader here, but I kind of just ruined that question because you're all leaders. In case you don't think you are one, you are. Even if you're a team of one, even if you're a team of yourself right now, you don't have any coaches, any customers, anything under you. You're a leader because you started on your fitness journey. You started to care about yourself. You started to love yourself. And there are so many other people out there who aren't there yet. So that means you are one step ahead and you are leading. So I just want you to get in the mindset of that. Like, you are a leader whenever you're posting, you're a leader whenever you're in your stories, you're a leader of this team, even if it's just you. And I think one of the hardest things for me is doing that because it was just me. And I was like, okay, I know, like, I have these huge goals. I have these huge dreams and aspirations of being a full-time coach and having this big team. I'm like, okay, well, what does a coach like that do? Well, they have team calls. Like, okay, well, I don't have anyone to have a team call with. So I just started recording Zoom calls. I posted in my page, which I have a team page because if you have a full-time business, you should have a team page. I don't have a full-time business, but I do have a team page because I'm a leader. But it was the most awkward thing, like talking to myself on these calls and then posting them and like not knowing if people are watching them. And sometimes you feel like such an imposter. And pause. I'm sorry. My cats are jerks. Nathan, can you grab his cat? Thank you. Sorry. But just showing up, it was scary for me because I was like, I don't know if I'm really doing the things. I don't know how to lead. And the more I did it, the more comfortable I got. The more it wasn't so awkward when no one showed up. And then someone did one night and I was like, oh, hi. Like, I really am leading. Like, just because they don't always, come to you, it doesn't mean that they're not watching. So I'm sorry if you guys can hear my kid and my husband and my cats. But anyways, you have to know your why as well. And like, that's the thing that keeps me going, like, as a leader, like, because you can't just lead by like, okay, Deidre does this with her business, so I'm going to go ahead and just follow everything she does. Like, it's good to watch what she does and see what works and see what I do and see what works, but modify it, make it your own. Because my why and Deidre's why, we're very similar, but it's not the same. Like, my postpartum didn't look like her postpartum. It was very similar, but mine was mine. And I love Deidre and I love her children, but they're not going to make me show up every day. Like, my kid makes me show up every day. Me sitting in that recliner, I think most of you know my story, but if you don't, I completely lost it the night of my son's baptism. He was 2 months old, and I told Nathan, I don't care what happens to this kid. I don't care what happens to me. Put him on a effing doorstep, like it didn't matter. I was done, and I didn't care. I didn't think that I mattered. I didn't think that I was good enough. And it was such a hard, real moment for me. But it's something that I have to own, and I have to be able to share that with my people, because my people are going to be the people who, that need that. And I'm a leader for those people too. So even though they're not on my team yet, even though maybe they've ghosted me 800 times, like literally, you guys, like 800 times, because sometimes I'm a little crazy messaging people. I'm still leading them, because they are going through this season. They are going through this season of, I don't know how to handle what I'm going through. And just because I'm not directly with them, I can talk about my story, and I can talk about what worked for me. So I'm still that step ahead. I hope that makes sense. I have notes, so bear with me. The steps I have for you as far as being a leader, like first off, you have to show up like you're a boss. So I said, like even if you're just a team of one, that's fine. Still show up like you were a big freaking deal. Like I've been sharing the shit out of this team call tonight. Like I got invited on this team call, and like I am so freaking honored to be on it, because Deidre's like my idol when it comes to this business. So I feel like starstruck on like leading this call. But I've still been acting like I'm this huge deal. Like somebody wants me so important to come on this call, and like I don't know. I hope that doesn't sound like fake, and I don't know. But you have to show up like you're a big deal, because you are a big deal, because you're changing lives and you're saving lives. And that is a big freaking deal. So show up like you're a boss. With that, you need to track your business. So if you have the Success Club tracker system, don't judge mine, because it's been a rough couple weeks. But Monday is looking better today. You need to track your business, because I am going to tell you, I was like, I'm inviting, I'm connecting, I'm doing this. Are you, Kelsey? Or are you just doing one? Like one invite probably isn't going to make your business go forward. And you just need to track it. So just be honest with yourself. Like that's the biggest thing. That's going to make you show up like you're a leader. And how to, when you do get a team of women, you're going to be like, okay, I need you to do this. So you need to start doing it too. You are in charge of your business. I talked a little bit about that. Like use what we do and modify it, but make it your own. Like you don't have to do this business anyway. Social media is a huge platform you can use, but if you want to go meet people, you can. If you want to have parties, you can. You can run this business however you want. No idea is wrong. No idea is stupid. We all make mistakes. Like stuff doesn't work, and stuff might work for me that doesn't work for you. Like I could do a free group and get 10 people, and you could do a free group and get crickets. Like it doesn't mean the idea's wrong. It's just what works for you. So just play around with it. I said have a team page, get a team name. It doesn't matter what you want to call it, but do it. That is your homework for this week. I want you all to make a team page, and I want you to tag me in it, either on your stories or in Facebook, because for me that was really freaking scary. But once I did it, I was like, oh yeah, like I can do this. And watching it grow now over the past year, I'm just like, holy shit, like I've helped 56 women. Like I don't know, you don't realize it as you're going, I don't know, through the month. You're like, oh, I hit Success Club. Like, oh, I hit Success Club. But when you see the 56 women in this team page, you're like, oh, that's 56 lives. That's 56 freaking lives I changed. So I just gave myself goosebumps. Go do that. And then do your team calls, like I said. And this is another thing I challenge you guys to do. Run a challenge group. It can be a free group, 3 days if you want it, 5 days, whatever. Like there's tons of sample workouts you can do for free. And if you're like, I have no idea what to do, again, just modify. Like if you're in Deidre's right now, or if you're in Amy's or Natalie's or Ashley's, whoever, like just modify it. Like post something inspirational, be like, hey, show up today, and see what they do. Because the more you do it, the more you're going to feel comfortable with it. And again, like if you want to move your business forward, you have to run a challenge group at some point. And I'd much rather feel uncomfortable AF as with 3 people or 5 people than when I have this huge team of, 25 or 50 people and I'm like, I actually don't know what to do. So just start early. The next thing, step 2 about being a leader is Success Club and all the accolades and all that. So Success Club, let me tell you, it is important only in the fact that it's just showing that you're doing something for your business. But I want you to stop making your goal Success Club. Don't even care about it, because let me tell you a fun little fact. In November, I was pushing for 1 star. So I didn't listen to my gut and I started putting people under Nathan first because I wanted to hit 1 star. And so he needed to be diamond for me to hit 1 star. Well, I had about a week left in the month and I had a big fat 0 for SC in my personal account. So I worked my ass off. I hit SC4 in my personal account. So I had more people that month than I had in previous months, but I didn't hit Success Club because I was pushing for 1 star. I came to Deidre at, it was 10:30, 11, I don't know, something the last day of the month, and I was bawling. I wanted to quit this business because of Success Club. And that's stupid because I didn't even freaking know what Success Club was when I said I wanted to do this. So why would I care now? And it is important that you're building your business and you're moving forward. And if you want to earn an income, you need to sell a challenge pack, like yada, yada. We all know that, but you've got to stop making that your end goal. Like your goal needs to be around effort. If you did listen to the National Wake Up Call today, she talks a lot about that. And then in Empower Her, the podcast by Keisha Fitzgerald, she talked about that too. And the one I'm really thinking about is you can't skip stage 1. Like that's I think it was like 3 or 4 episodes back. But it was just so empowering because we set our goals around these accolades and it's like, it's not about that. It's about helping people. And you can help someone by sharing a recipe on Facebook. You can help someone by saying, hey, I want to strangle my freaking 1-year-old today, and it's taking all the unicorn powder in the world to save me. Like, that is helping someone. That's saying, me too. And when you say me too, that is helping so many people around you. So you've got to stop making your goals around Success Club or 1 star or whatever, because you're never going to get there if that's what you only do. And like, I've literally just changed my mindset with this in the last 2 months, because November, like I said, is the first month I didn't hit it. And I was like, I'm a failure. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing. And it's so stupid. So you need to make your goals around your efforts. So you cannot control people signing up with you. You cannot control anything anybody else does. You can control you. So you can control how many messages you send. You can control how many minutes of personal development you listen to. You can control how hard you push in your workout. So that is what your goals need to be. And I'm not saying like, oh, A for effort for everybody. Like, you actually have to try. But when you make it about trying and you make it about, I don't know, just doing the things that actually matter, that's when you're going to become successful. And that's what a true leader does. They don't just sit here and say like, oh, hit Success Club, hit 1 star, hit diamond, hit emerald. Like, they don't say that. They're with you. They're working with you. And that's what you guys need to do. You need to work with each other in order to build up your teams. The third thing I have is build your confidence muscle daily. It's just like any other muscle in your body. If you don't work on it, you're not going to build it. So personal development, I was on a roll today with it. And I kind of got a little like, I don't know, snotty, I guess, just to myself as I was talking, because I was talking about like or thinking, you guys think I'm crazy now. You're like, oh, she's fucking talking to herself. I do all the time. But I was in the shower and I was like, what am I going to talk about on this call? And I needed to go live in my team page. And as I was listening to personal development in the shower, I was like, you don't have a freaking excuse to not do personal development. I don't care what you're doing with your life. We are connected to these things like nobody's business. If you have one of these, you have a podcast you can listen to for free. I don't care if you're doing your dishes. I don't care if you're working. I don't care if you're in the shower. I don't care if you're pooping. Like, listen to personal development. It is necessary. If you're not listening to it, I don't know why you're here. And I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings, but that is what's going to make you feel good. Your workouts, they're great. Your shakes are awesome. But personal development is what's going to change your life. So you need to be a leader and share that shit, because it is freaking gold. That stuff is gold. So do that. Go out of your comfort zone is the next thing I have. And that just means, like, if you feel like, I don't know, doing something new, like for me, this is totally out of my comfort zone, but I know it's building me as a leader. And it's scary. I'm nervous. I have butterflies, but I'm doing it because it's helping me grow. And just being able to talk about other stuff too, like, I'm not saying you have to share all your dirty laundry or anything like that, but the Me Too stuff, like, people, like, I don't know, people, whenever you're going through struggles, if you can't find time with your husband, like stuff like that, people connect with, because it's real. And you don't have to be like, oh, I'm struggling in my marriage, I'm struggling with my whatever, with my finances, I'm struggling, but just saying, like, hey, I've been there too. And like, sometimes that's not comfortable, that feels scary, but you're connecting on so many more levels than you would if you're just like, oh yeah, I'm just drinking my shake, here's another sweaty selfie. Like, I'm proud of you for doing that stuff, but you're not connecting with people. Like, people want real, people want the raw stuff of life, because that's what makes true connection and true friendships. So do that. Personal development was actually my next one, but we already talked about that. So we won't go into that again. But the last thing I just had was, which I talked about a little too, just be by your team side. So whether you have 2 people under you or 100, like, be with them in the trenches. Be with them when you're talking to them about, this is what I would do. Like, make sure you're actually doing it. Don't just be sitting there telling them, oh, well, you need to invite, you need to connect, you need to do personal development, you need to do this, when you're not doing it. Because that's not leading. That is just being, like, I don't know. I think when people do that, I think about my old boss at my retail job. And she was so like, you need to do this, you need to do this. And then she never did any of it. And like, she was the meanest, rudest person in the entire world. And I'm like, actually, our scores are good because of me, but we won't go there. So like, you lead by example, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Like, don't lead with the talk, lead by what you do. So that is really all I have on leading. I want to add just a couple things about the National Wake Up Call. Go watch it if you guys haven't yet. But she talked about just like inviting, and that for me, like, that is the scariest part of it. Not because anymore, because I'm afraid of people telling me no. That was it at first. Like, I hated rejection. Like I said at the beginning of this call, I'm a words of affirmation person. So when someone tells me no, or like, I don't want to be a part of that with you, I'm just like, like, it hurts my feelings. But now it's like, it's not that at all. Now I'm scared because I'm afraid that I'm not going to be able to help them if I say the wrong thing. And that's in my head. And I know, like, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. We talk about that all the time, but like, I get so in my head about, like, I can see, because when you're on the other side of depression, when you're on the other side of anxiety, and you're rational and healthy for the first time in your life, and you see the people who are where you were, it's hard. It's so hard. And I have a few people close to me who are there right now, and it's so hard because I know they're thinking there's nothing wrong with them. I know that they think that this is normal. It's normal to feel sad. It's normal to go through the motions. It's normal to have no energy. It's normal to feel like you don't belong. It's normal to feel like you don't matter. And they don't think anything's wrong with it. And when you get to this side and you realize your worth and you see them, your heart breaks for that person. And you don't know how to tell them, like, hey, I can help you when there's nothing, they don't think anything's wrong. So for me, like, that's the hardest part. And I just sit on it and sit on it and sit on it. And I'm like, I don't know how to ask, because I don't want them to I don't want them to think I think something's wrong with them, because like I don't really, like, I just want to help them. So for me, like, this national wake up call was exactly what I needed, because inviting comes from a place of authenticity and being wholehearted and just sharing, like, hey, this has helped me. Like, you don't have to make it about you, like, at all. You just be like, hey, I don't know if you want this or not, but like, here's my hand, and when you're ready, you take it. And that literally was a mindset change today for me, because inviting is still, like, I haven't invited all week because I've had stuff going on and I haven't felt authentic, and I don't want to send a cold message. And she talked about that today, and I was like, yes, this is what I needed. And I needed someone to tell me it's okay to connect with people. It's okay to have a conversation for 6 months before you get a yes. Because I wasn't thinking that way. I was thinking about Success Club, and I needed to sell a challenge pack. And you can't sell a challenge pack if you don't ask them to join your challenge group. And it's like, that's all I did. But it's so much more than that, you guys. And Kenzie told me this the other day whenever I was talking about inviting and stuff, and I was struggling with it. And she was like, Kelsey, you would not say yes to something right away either. And she's like, you want to get to know that person. And like, this is a slow business. So I know so many of you look up to Deidre and you look up to Kyra and Kenzie and maybe even me. Like, I've been doing this for a year now, but like, you guys are on, like, you're in your step too. Like, if you've only been doing it 6 months, I've had 6 months more messages. I've had 6 months more of these kind of calls. I had 6 months more of no's and building that confidence muscle. I've had 6 months more of personal development. So like, even if you're newer or if you're close to me, like, or whatever, like, it doesn't matter where everyone else is. It matters where you are. So just keep going from that. So I hope all that made sense. Do you guys have any questions at all? I ramble a lot.
Oh my gosh, Kelsey. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think you just like kind of roll everything up in this like perfect burrito of awesomeness, because I think you kind of touched on things that everybody struggles with or has struggled with or has thought about. Because like, I know for me personally, I feel your situation with somebody that's like close to you, and you see where you were in them. And it's like, you want to just literally take their shoulders and shake them to death, because it's like, I have seen the other side. I have been at the mountaintop. I have seen the glory of being out of the woods. And it's hard because you want to help them, but you don't want to hurt their feelings at all. But at the same time, it's like, I was told something like, and there's a way to say it, but I was told something by a very good friend of mine, like, you're just willing to let them keep hurting because you're not willing to hurt their feelings a little bit. And I'm like, oh, shit, okay. Like, ooh, that's uncomfortable. Uncomfortable. I don't like it. I'm not confrontational. I don't like people hurting at all. So that was freaking gold. Like, all of it was freaking gold. But like 110%. And what you said about Success Club, oh girl, I've been there so many freaking times. And it's like we've had the same like me and Dieter have had the same conversation. Like, what are you going for? Are you going for the title? Or what? Why? What's the title going to do for you? Absolutely fucking nothing. And I think we put a lot of these girls up on pedestals when really Deidre is just a regular fucking person. She just worked really fucking hard at what she does. And the unsexy stuff, the connections, the invites, the Success Club tracker, all those things are things that some people are not willing to do. And I have found myself in that trap a lot of times where I'm like, I just feel like everything's like coming in on me, like the walls are closing in. I don't know which way to go. I think I'm doing everything wrong and I should just quit. Like, you get those feelings sometimes and they're valid. Like, don't invalidate your own feelings. They're absolutely valid, but you have a responsibility, just like you said, to bring yourself out of that. You have your responsibility to be in control of your own emotions and your own thoughts and your own feelings. But sometimes that means leaning the fuck in and asking for some fucking help and listening to a lot of fucking personal development and really digging into that. Like, 100%. All the things. It was amazing. You did amazing. Every time you speak, it's just like you're speaking straight into my life. Like, I think we're just like a lot of like the same type of people. Like,
For sure.
We can
Our emotional level is so much the same. It's like, I'm not sad, I'm just crying because I'm happy.
Cry when I'm happy, cry when I'm sad, cry when I'm mad, cry when I drink unicorn powder. It's fine.
Fine. Everything's fine.
It's like tears are like cleansing the soul, right? It's
Amen.
fine. Anybody else have anything? Nothing? Crickets? Ashley, you look like you're going to say something.
How do you get this Spiral Success Club Tracker book?
So I printed off, I don't know how many weeks were left when I printed it off, but say 52, you're starting January 1st. And then I went to Office Depot and I asked them to just spiral it for me. And it was like $4.
Oh.
Best thing ever.
Well,
And
I
you get to pick out whatever color.
people. Yeah, some other people have had them, and I was like, why can't I find these anywhere?
If you have Deidre's book,
I need to get the small. I have the big one. I need to order the 6-month one.
if you have her book, you have her tracker too.
I do have it. I was just thinking the tracker I could put in my work bag. I need to order your 6-month book.
You can,
it's a little smaller.
and you can print this out too.
I think I have, or
You want-
Natalie. I think I have it from one of our groups.
So anyway,
Okay.
If you don't have it, I can send it to you. Although I think it's in the Divine Dynasty
Forms.
announcements or something.
I'll get it from there. You don't have to send it to me.
Like,
anybody else have anything? Questions, comments?
Love it.
Kelsey, you're freaking amazing. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy freaking life to come and pour some fire into us, because definitely aspirational and definitely what we should all strive to be.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it so much.
Definitely. Peter was future, right?
Oh.
a picture or a boomerang?
Sure what?
Just your picture.
Boomerang, so I was just asking.
Perfection.
We all lean the same way, by the way, minus.
It's that hashtag that coach pose.